Okay, Against the Spread podcast. It's week 8 in the NFL. We're going to get right into these games. The Pats already played, so we're not going to be handicapping that game. But we do have a game in London. It's Detroit KC. First of all, Dan, how are you? Everything going well?
Doing well. Casting from work right now. There are people in the cubes, so who knows? We may be interrupted. We may get a special guest. That'd be nice.
Hey, we'll always take a special guest, and casting from work, that's just dedication, Holmes. Much appreciated. Hopefully, it brings us good luck, and it makes your brain give us good picks. So without further ado, let's go Detroit KC at Wembley Stadium. The spread is Kansas City. It's been moving down. I think it opened at like 5. It went down to 3.5. What do you think?
It's moving way down. I don't know why. I like the Chiefs here. I would put the Chiefs in a teaser, although I don't love teasing from one side to the other.
Yeah.
But I think these are both bad teams, and I think Alex Smith is actually a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I mean, Stafford's so hot and cold. I liked Detroit at the start of the week, but I liked it more when it was above 4. 3.5, I think, makes more sense to me. I mean, neither of these teams are very good. Detroit, I don't know. I mean, they just got that new offensive coordinator, Jim Bob Cooter. That might hurt them. You got to think that Jim Bob hurts them, but maybe not.
It's fun to say his name.
It's fun to say his name. Does not sound like anyone who knows NFL.
No, certainly not. Neither of these teams cover spreads. They don't win games, but it's alone in its time slot, and you're going to wake up and you got to bet it.
You have to.
Honestly, maybe like flip a coin or like roll some dice or something and see where we get, but
yeah. You said you liked, well, you mentioned teasing the Chiefs, but you're not huge on flipping sides, like from minus to plus.
Teasers, I've been getting into teasers lately. I was hearing, I think you might listen to the same thing as me. The house has lost money on teasers this year.
I heard that.
And that just makes me want to bet more teasers. But obviously the key with I don't know how much everybody knows about teasers, but the key is to cross key numbers.
7 and 3.
Exactly. Cross the 7 and the 3. If you can get a +2 up to a +8, or vice versa, if you can get like a -9 and tease it 6.5 and get it down to 2.5.
Huge.
You cross those two thresholds. That's the key. So I'm not big on teasing Chiefs -3.5 to Chiefs +3, but at the same time, it's...
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. But to counter that point, and I thought this at the beginning of the year, we still got a few minutes to post.
Okay.
I said at the beginning of the year, the new extra point rule sort of throws a wrench into that. Not hardcore, but it just sort of does. Like, 6.5 isn't as safe as it was before. You know what I mean? Like, the new extra point changes things, and you see the missed extra point. There are less 7-point games.
It's factored in big time already this year. It's like, it has made a difference, and a lot of money has moved from a gambling sense because of this new extra point rule. They were hitting like 99.8% before, and now it's down to like 92%. So
huge. That's huge. I mean, they miss multiple extra points a week, and I hated it when it happened because obviously I just thought I went right to gambling. I hated it. But no, teasers. I like. Yeah, I mean, it's good to keep an eye on teasers. So, but yeah, I would like the opposite way. I think I might want to tease Detroit up. So one of us is going to be right on this. Maybe we'll both be right.
Perfect.
And for the public, you and I, Dan, we have a bet that's going off soon. What's going on, buddy?
I suggest paying attention to everything Dan says.
This is my man Isaiah right here.
What's up, brother?
Special guest on the podcast.
Oh, we're doing a podcast?
Yeah, man. You got any solid picks for the people this weekend?
Are we gambling? Are we straight up gambling? Because I won 5 large on the Pats last night.
Against the spread? Would you take the -8, -9?
It was -7.5 when I got involved.
Nice.
So that was quality. I would. I'm hearing college. I'm hearing some rumblings about the Notre Dame game and the Clemson game to look at.
Really? I haven't even looked at the slate. But
take a look. And Florida plays Georgia. I'm a Gators fan, so I would say Gators, but Harris is the backup. I don't know. A couple of games I'd look at.
That's good
Love
to
it.
hear. That's good insight. I want
Solid
you to join
takes.
us full time. This is good stuff.
Woo! Have fun, guys.
All right, you heard it here. I don't know if he's saying he likes Notre Dame and Clemson, but I like them now.
Yeah, me too. I'm all aboard.
Beautiful. All right, cool. So we had our guest appearance. I loved that. Hopefully we get more. You got to cast from work more often. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's go to the next game. Tampa Bay, Atlanta. This is a tricky game, I think. The spread is, I'm seeing now 7.5. It was 7. It might be 7 some places.
Yeah, I think it's at 7.5 right now, but it's moving around.
Yeah. What do you think? You got to read?
This is tough. I think I like Tampa Bay, especially at 7.5. I don't believe in the Falcons. I think they're, the public's on the Falcons. Everybody, what are they, 6-1 this year? So they win games somehow. They're pulling them out, but they haven't covered a spread in like the last 3 weeks. I don't think. Started out good, haven't been as great lately. I lean Tampa here.
I absolutely love the over. It's 48.5. Look at the Bucs' last 3 games. The Panthers, they scored 60 points were scored in the Panthers game. 70 points were scored in the Jaguars game. 60 in the Redskins game. And now they're at Atlanta. And it's only 48.5. I mean, it's almost scary, but I don't know. Tampa Bay will turn the ball over. Atlanta can score. I'm trying to figure out why I shouldn't bet the over.
That seems like a fishy number to me.
I know, but I mean, 48.5 is big. Like, what are they going to do? I mean, I guess they can make it like 52, 53. I really like the over. Tampa's always good for some turnovers. Atlanta's good for points. I don't know if Tampa. I don't know. I could see just like going like sucker bet here and just going Atlanta over.
Okay, all right. I mean, I can see that. I mean, Tampa's good for points. Atlanta used to be good for points. They won 10-7 last week.
10-7. But before that, I mean, 31-21, 25-19, 40. No, they've been scoring points as well. Besides last week at Tennessee, which I mean, that's a scary situation. But now they're back in the dome. I don't know. I love the over.
I can get on board with that.
Yeah. So that's one of my stronger plays this week. The over there. It might go up. Next is San Diego at Baltimore. I don't like this game. What about you? Yeah,
this game's
3.5. Sorry.
This game's gross. Yeah, not a fan. But I do like stacking Phillip Rivers and Keenan Allen. Daily fantasy.
Good to hear. Yeah, I don't really have a big read on this game. These teams stink. Baltimore at home. I would probably lean with taking the points here at 3.5 because Baltimore is just so bad. I feel like they kind of might still be getting, like, this is kind of Baltimore getting respect here. Being a 3.5 point favorite. Like, they're just getting that Ravens respect.
I feel like they're going to be undervalued. Like, they're 1-6 at this point.
Yeah.
They should be, like, the line should have adjusted at this point where you should be actually seeing value by taking the Ravens, but I don't see it here.
I think it's the opposite. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I think the opposite's what's happening is
They're getting that respect that they have gotten in the past that they don't deserve this year.
Right. But they are home against San Diego, traveling cross country. And San Diego's no good, so
Who did San Diego play last week?
Yeah, that's very important info. They were in Green Bay, and then they went home for Oakland, and now they're traveling to Baltimore.
Back across to Baltimore. Interesting.
I like the Ravens now.
Yeah, all right. I'm probably gonna stay away from that.
Yeah, it's a stay away. I think it's a stay away, but all right. Minnesota, Chicago, Minnesota. I'm seeing them as a 1-point favorite. I thought earlier today I saw them as a 1-point dog. It's about a pick 'em, we'll say. This is another. I think it's a tough game. What do you think?
Give me the Bears here. I actually believe in the Bears a little bit, surprisingly. We got Alshon Jeffrey back. right? Starting to get into the swing of things. Cutler's back in the game.
Is this Jeffrey's first game back?
I think Jeffrey came back last week, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Cuddy's back in the swing of things. Bears getting a point at home. I'll take the home dog all day.
Yeah, and they're coming off a bye, actually. So they played that game against the Lions that we were watching in Indy.
Yep. And
Jeffrey was playing that game. He had 8 catches, 147 yards, and a touchdown. They're loading them up at Keeneland. I kind of liked Minnesota here, and we're talking teasers, when I saw them at +1, I loved buying the 6.5 and getting it to 7.5, because I see this being a tight game.
That's true, and you crossed the thresholds there, so.
You crossed the threshold with the one. I don't know if it was Bears +1, I don't know if I would go with them +7.5. You're saying you like the Bears. This is another iffy game. I feel like this slate's pretty tough. So I guess Chatterbox was acting up a little before they came out on the track.
We're on the one horse here?
We're on the one horse Chatterbox. We're not betting this like pari-mutuel. Like, right now she's like 3-1, 7-2. Alright, and they're off. But we have them locked in, or we have her locked in at 7.5 to 1 here in the distaff. On the rail, but kind of fading to the middle of the pack.
She's fading.
Yeah, it's early though, and that's the thing is she can win by stalking, she can win by a front runner, she can do a lot of different things on the track.
I didn't realize we were dirt track on this one. I thought we were still on the grass.
No, we're back to the dirt here, and yeah, I mean, Kitten's right in the middle to the back of the pack, but Wedding Toast scares me, and Wedding Toast is sitting in 4th right now.
Holy hell, there's one of them that has like a really long name.
Yeah, Stop Charging Maria. That's a classic horse. Alright, so there's like a little break between these two packs, and our horse is lead. Oh, here she comes. Right along the rail. This would be a great win. I mean, it's a long shot, but alright, where is she? All these different camera views really confuse me.
And down the stretch they come.
Yeah, they're at the top right now.
I might be ahead of you.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, wait, yeah. All right, here we go. They're making the turn for home.
Yeah, here they come. I don't know where the one went. I like having the things at the bottom that, like, that tell you. All right, where is she? Is that her?
I got to tell you, all these horses look the same to me.
I know. Oh, here, I see her. She's in the back. Riding her hard, but it's going to need to really get up. I think this might be a loser, Dan.
Somebody's making a charge.
Yeah, the 14. It looks like the 4 is going to take it. Yeah, 4, 9. Oh, get the 9. Nope, the 4 beat him out by a nose. Damn, because I had the 9 on my other shit.
That would have been sneaky by you.
Yeah, well, this has been a bad day for horse racing for me. I mean, I haven't won a bet today. I can't imagine that this is good for the podcast right now. Oh, it can't be. Oh, it's Stop Charging Maria, of course. All right.
Of course.
That was a loss. Happens. The next game on the slate, talk to me about it. Arizona-Cleveland. Arizona 5.5 point favorites on the road.
All right. Give me the home dog here again. Arizona has been good this year. They've been trucking along. They're far and away the leader in the NFC West. Seattle's not even threatening them at this point. I feel like this is kind of like a look-ahead game. This is... I'm trying to remember who...
They got the Seahawks next week. They're in Seattle.
Exactly. I knew they had a game coming up. Okay. So, yeah, Seahawks next week, and then they just came off of that win versus Baltimore, which, I mean, like we talked about, Baltimore's not a great team, but it's still, you prepare mentally. I feel like you have to prepare more to face Baltimore than going into Cleveland.
Yeah.
Basically. So this is kind of one of those sandwich games where you, not fully into it. I mean, yeah, that's just my take. I like Cleveland here. The public's hammering Arizona. Line's moving up. I think it opened at 4.5. What's it at now? 5.5. I saw
9 on Bovada, and now I'm seeing 5.5. on this, so that's like a huge jump.
You saw 9?
It was 9 on Bovada.
Oh, I think that definitely has to do with the quarterback situation.
Oh, what do you mean? Who's question?
I'm pretty sure they announced McCown is going to play now.
And they were going to play Johnny?
It was going to be Johnny Football.
Damn, Johnny gets no respect, huh?
No, but also he's not good, so...
I guess he doesn't deserve the respect. I honestly... Alright, so I don't think McCown's good, though.
Right? Yeah.
I like it. I like Arizona. I just think the defense is tough, and... I mean, under a touchdown, I like Arizona. Call me Joe Public. I understand the public's on this game, but I like it too. Arizona, no real big thoughts into that game, but I think they cover 5.5 because I don't think Cleveland's very good. Next game, Tennessee, Houston, the 2 worst teams in the NFL. Is this a pick'em or is this spread? Mariota was just announced out today.
Yep.
So, what do you think? I guess no?
No spread, no reason to cap it?
Yeah, I guess you're right. We don't have a spread on it, so there's no point. And it's so bad, I will not bet that game.
I wouldn't want to talk about this even if there was a spread.
Exactly. So, we'll stay away. New York, New Orleans, the New York Giants. The Saints are 3.5-point favorites at home. There's an inquiry in this race, by the way, but it's not going to help us.
I mean, it's not like our horse, there have to be 7 of them disqualified.
Yeah, I don't think 10 horses conspired to, box our horse out. So, the Saints at home giving 3.5 to the Giants. Interesting number. What do you think?
I feel like I have an awful read on the Giants because I start to think they're good, and then I bet them that Eagles game, and they just got smoked.
Grossest game ever.
Yeah, grossest game. And then last week, didn't they play is that right? They played the Cowboys last week and ended up playing really well and got the win.
Yep.
And I was really off them for that. So I can't get a read on the Giants one way or the other. I think I'm back on board. I think I'm taking the 3.5 here. Giants taking it down in the Big Easy.
Well, I'm going to play the game of listening to you talk about how much you can't read the Giants, and I'm going to ride that you can't read the Giants for one more week, so I'm on the Saints.
You might as well ride it the rest of the year. Cause
I think I might.
I don't think I'm ever going to be able to.
Well, you're going to hop off the Giants in a couple weeks when the Pats play them. I can't wait for that game.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get a couple of bets right, we might end up be out there at MetLife Stadium.
I know. I mean, if we had a historic podcast where we just shipped the 7.5 to 1 shot for 0.1 unit, then yeah, we'd be well on our way. But we're not there. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. I believe this actually is a pick'em. I don't see a spread, but yeah, even. Total's 48.5. Steelers are home. This is like the best game of the day, I think.
Yeah.
Big Ben is back.
Big Ben is back.
Bengals undefeated. I'm rooting for Pittsburgh. What do you think?
Does Vegas not realize that the Bengals are undefeated?
They don't get the respect here. They're on the road in a division game, though.
I don't know, man. The Bengals are legit.
Yeah, they are
They're
good.
A good team. Andy Dalton is a good quarterback, a good regular season quarterback.
Yeah, I'd be careful with that.
Yet to be proven in the playoffs. I mean, they make the playoffs every year and lose in the first round. I love Cincinnati in this game. Big Ben, got to knock the rust off a little bit. Yeah, I'm all over Cincinnati. This is my lock of the week.
I think I'm against you here. I mean, it's not a strong play, but Big Ben being back is huge for them. Pittsburgh's been decent with Vic and Landry Jones. I love their weapons on offense. I don't think there's going to be a lot of rust with Big Ben. I feel like he's been around long enough to where he just comes in. He's a big statue, and it's going to be hard to bring him down no matter what.
Yeah, but since he's got a really good pass rush, I think Big Ben being back is going to be really good for Antonio Brown fantasy owners.
But doesn't that mean it's going to be good for Pittsburgh?
I mean, they'll score more points than they have been, but I mean, since he finds a way to win games. Remember that game against Seattle? They were down. I know that was at home, but
yeah,
that's a legit defense, and they rallied and found a way to come back and win that game. I don't think Pittsburgh's the team that knocks them off this unbeaten streak here.
I don't know. I mean, they're playing the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Like, it's a division game in Pittsburgh. Since he's not going undefeated, I know that's a terrible way to look at it, is just saying, well, they gotta lose sometime. But, no, I don't know. I just feel like Big Ben coming back, the place is going to be rocking, 1 o'clock in Pittsburgh. I like it to be decently low scoring. I can picture this being back to an old school NFC North game where, like, they actually maybe play a little defense. Like you said, since he's got a good D. Pittsburgh's D, not so much. That's really what scares me, because since he can score points.
That's a pretty high total, so if you think it's going to be an old school AFC North game, that might be where you want to head.
Well, and if I think Pittsburgh is going to win, I would probably correlate to Pittsburgh winning with it going over, because I think Cincy's going to score their points. So the question is, can Big Ben get that offense going? So I might tie Cincy to the under and Pittsburgh to the over. Be curious to see if that makes sense or not. Does that make sense?
Interesting teaser possibilities here with that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get it depends on where the line goes.
Like if you get that point and you can bring it to 7.5, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's a great game. I'm not too strong on it. You seem to be strong on Cincy, so curious to see. I haven't been strong on a lot of games. That's not good for a podcast, but so be it. I'm actually decently strong on this game. San Fran at St. Louis. I think I was wrong about Arizona being 9 at one point, because I was thinking about this game, and I love the Niners. I mean, I love the Rams, sorry. Colin Kaepernick on the road, going to St. Louis. The spread's 8. I saw 9 earlier. Tease it if you want, but I like St. Louis in a blowout here at home. Like no question about it, first half and game.
I am teasing this one. I'm teasing this one. The Rams, I'm going to take it down from, what's it at, 8 right now?
8, so 8-2 is awesome.
I'm going to take it down from 8-2. I'm going to take the over down from 39.5 to 33.5. That's a low number. I mean,
those scare me, dude. Those scare me. I don't want to bring up reopen any wounds, but like the Pats game last night, like I don't know. I could see San Fran not scoring this game.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of shit on the Rams defense last week, but I picked them in my DraftKings lineup because I always go for a cheap defense that's going against a bad offense. And the Rams defense went off last week, was awesome.
Don't the Rams have one of the best defenses in the league?
They were supposed to have one of the best defenses in the league, and they have one of the best on paper, but it wasn't coming to fruition up until last week.
Right. Yeah, so we agree on this then. I mean, maybe it's public play, but I just don't trust Kaepernick, especially on the road in this type of environment. The Niners are just terrible. Did you see Kaepernick play, was it Monday? When was he playing where he was throwing the ball everywhere?
That week when he had like 4 interceptions in the first half.
4 interceptions. And was it last week that I'm thinking about? He played a night game where he was, maybe it wasn't a night game, but he was throwing the ball like everywhere. He sucks. I mean,
he's no good. He's no good.
He's no good. So
I'm actually seeing this isn't a this is the money's 50-50 on this game.
Oh, it makes me love it even more.
I think people are scared of the Rams being just over a touchdown favorite, so. Yeah.
So if I had to say right now, my favorite plays so far are the over in Atlanta, like for sure, and this game. All right, so now we'll go into the 4 o'clock games. An awesome game that I'm excited for is the Jets at the Raiders. The Jets, this line's been moving around. Jets are -3. I'm curious what you think about it.
I'm an Oakland guy.
Yeah.
I've hitched my wagon. Yeah, I've hitched my wagon to Oakland, and I'm riding them for all it's worth.
So that's it. I mean, I agree that I love Oakland, but I like the Jets here. Is that not smart to like the Jets here?
No, I mean the Jets are a good team. They're a legit team. They cover the spread every week, I think. They might have lost one. I think they might be 4-1 against the spread at this point. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
4-1-1 maybe. I mean, I believe in Carr and Cooper and that combination. Murray on the ground. I like Oakland, the black hole there. It might be I'm just biased against the Jets, or I don't know what it is. I'm willing to admit that they're much better than anyone thought they would be, but I'm still riding that Raiders train.
I think the Jets are a playoff team. I think this is a public play. I've got a take forming here. Fitzpatrick, before the Jets, was he just on the Bills? Was he on any other teams besides the Bills?
No, he bounced around. He was with the Texans for a little bit.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
He was other places too.
That throws my theory off. I was gonna say, he seems to really fit in this offense. Brandon Marshall is say what you will, but he's a talented receiver. Decker's a great number 2. Ivory's blossomed into one of the best downhill running backs in the league. And it seems like Fitzpatrick, as opposed to all the prior Jets quarterbacks, he just doesn't make those. I mean, I know he's gonna make mistakes, but he doesn't have that Geno Smith gene or whoever else they've had throwing the ball for them. I don't know. He just seems like a bit more of a better game manager than those guys, which makes them...
Game manager. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
We've said this before. Best thing that ever happened to the Jets was Geno getting punched in the face.
Right. He's done. Because Fitzpatrick's been good with them. The defense is obviously legit. I don't know. I just think the Jets are for real. And I'm I've probably said it on prior podcasts, Pat's going in the Jets. That might be a tougher test than the Pats going to Denver.
I'm nervous for it, man. Todd Bowles is a good coach. I'm nervous going forward. Not this year. We're a unstoppable force.
I'm just going for 19-0.
Yeah, but in the future, I don't know. I think the Jets could start building something here. They got a good young core defense.
Yeah, but Revis is getting older and older.
Yeah, but he's not even. I mean, their front seven is just loaded.
That's true.
As Gruden calls them, the Sons of Anarchy. They got Wilkerson, Richardson, freaking something else.
But the problem with looking at the Jets in the future is that they're the Jets. So, they're good right now, but I know new coach, I just can't trust them being, you can't, I'll never, ever in my life, while I'm alive, which is hopefully for many more years, decades, to say the Jets look good going forward. The Jets have a good, I don't know. I'll need to see it first.
A touche. A touche.
But they are good now. So that's what I stand there. Next game is, I believe this is one of the games that the public's all over. Seattle, -6 at the Cowboys. 4:25 game. It'll probably be Joe Buck. What do you think? Actually, Joe Buck will be on the World Series, so never mind. But
yeah. Wait, are they? There is a World Series game this night, right? I know the World Series or baseball's trying their best not to go against the NFL, no matter what.
Yep, they have it here though. They avoided the Pats. They avoided the Pats Dolphins last night, but yeah.
Yep. So this will be Game 5, or actually, who knows? The Reds might sweep, and
I'm on KC tonight.
All right. We can get into that in a little bit. Okay, typically, so you're right, the public's all over Seattle. Typically, I would like the home dog here, but I don't trust Dallas. I don't trust Matt Castle. I mean, love you, buddy, but,
yeah,
they can't do anything. They got Joseph Randle going AWOL from the team facility this week. I mean, McFadden is their running back?
Yeah.
I even if Des Bryant is back this week, I don't think the offense can do enough against that Seattle defense. I don't think 5.5 or whatever the number is at is enough. I think Seattle wins by at least a TD.
It's a scary line. I agree with everything you said. Cowboys haven't been covering spreads, but I don't know. It's just a scary line. It's a scary line, and that defense is Greg Hardy healthy and he's still allowed to play football, right?
He shouldn't be, but he's a beast.
Exactly.
I mean, you saw him. He was getting after Brady a couple weeks back.
I know. Think about Seattle's offensive line. That's the only thing that scares me is I could see this. You know what? I think this game is going to be very low scoring. 41.5. Late breaking opinion. I like under there. And the line just scares me too much to want to bet it. But I agree with everything you said about Seattle. So I'll probably end up betting Seattle depending on how the 1 o'clock games, because they only give us 2 4 o'clock games, which is just bullshit.
Well, that's what happened. That's the fallout from these London games.
Is that what it is? Oh, because there's one. But why don't they even out the 1 o'clocks?
Good question. I don't know. I mean, obviously a lot has to do with like where the games are being played. But even still, it seems like every time they do a London game, they pull it from the 4 o'clock time slot instead of the 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and I love the London games, but I wish they would even these out more somehow. I'm sure they could. I know it's all about money, obviously. That's how the NFL works. All right, so 2 more games. This is the game of the week, is Green Bay at Denver, 2 6-0 teams. This line's been moving around. It's either 2.5, 3, or 3.5, depending on where you are, with Green Bay as a road favorite. We talked about this a little before, so I think I might know where you're going with this, unless you change your mind. What do you think?
Well, I think Green Bay is going to win by 3, so if it's 3.5, bet Denver. If it's 2.5, bet Green Bay, and if it's 3, tease it.
Wow. Really?
I think Vegas is spot on here. I think there's value in Denver if it's over a field goal because they're an undefeated team. They're playing at home, and they got the best defense in the league. That being said, Green Bay also has a great defense, and it's a matchup of they do. They have the best scoring defense in the league. Surprise, surprise. I didn't realize that.
Scoring defense.
Well, I mean, points are what matters, right?
Well, you're saying the defense scores points, or you're saying
no.
Oh, I see. They give up.
They allow the least amount of points per game.
That's what matters. That's what a defense is supposed to do.
Exactly. Yeah. So 2 future Hall of Fame quarterbacks. One of them is in his prime. One of them is a noodle. But all in all, if it's 3.5, I think that's too much. Denver at home. I take Denver there. I don't know if I would bet the Packers. I know I said if it's 2.5, take them. I don't know. I don't see a ton of value there, but 2 undefeated teams, I think it'll be a close game. I lean Denver.
So yesterday, I did some research on this game. I asked Siri what the weather is going to be in Denver this weekend, and Sunday is the warmest day of the 10-day forecast. There's highs of like 70 during the day. It's going to not be cold, so that spells good things for Peyton Manning, because I was thinking, all right, it's about that time that Manning starts to suck. But it seems like this global warming is helping him out. He's home. Denver has the best defense in the league. I know what you just said about Green Bay, but I think Denver has the best defense in the league when I watch them.
The eye test.
Yeah.
I mean, Denver, their defense looks so good.
I mean, I think the Jets have a better defense than Green Bay. You gave some good stats, but I don't know. I really haven't seen a lot of Green Bay. I don't know. I guess I just don't really watch a lot of Green Bay. But I don't picture them having a good defense. They very well could. I mean, what you just said, like I said. But I like that defense at home getting points. I think it'll be loud. Rodgers is good. It's going to be a great game. I might flip-flop on this, but right now I'm leaning Denver. I like what you said about it. I agree with what you said about it. I lean Denver. I'm rooting for Green Bay, though. I'll probably end up betting Green Bay.
I think it's a play. I think Denver's a smart play. I don't know if it's coming in, but everybody is on Green Bay.
Why don't you do me a favor and guess the total if you haven't looked at it?
46.5.
Yeah, you're right there. It's 45.5. I kind of like the under, though. I don't know. We were just talking about their defenses for a while, and, I don't know. But more so with betting totals is how the offenses play, more so in college, I guess, but how the offenses play. Like, I wish I could watch the first 2 minutes of a game, then I could hammer the total every time.
Did they open up live totals?
Oh, I'm sure they do somewhere. I think they do on our site, too. But
all right.
But the juice gets messy. All right, we're kind of going over, so let's try to get this last game in. Indy at Carolina. It's Monday night. It's not a good game that I care much to watch about. Carolina's legit. I don't like Indy. I like Carolina here, -7. I think Indy's just bad. What do you think?
The Panthers are still undefeated, which is crazy to me. I mean, I've been trying to we mentioned it earlier. You were saying, like, oh, Cincy has to lose at some point, but that's not a good way to look at it. That's exactly how I've been looking at Carolina. The last, like, I think I've faded them the last 3 weeks and been just paying money out the ass for, like, it's brutal. I think I'm going to do it again here. I think I'm going to take Colts. If it's 7, I think I'm going to take the Colts.
Eventually, it's got to work for you. Like, you can't jump off, you know? Like, that's when they're going to, you know?
Well, that's the thing, you know, when right as I jump off, that's when it happens, and that's when I just want to, like, you know, jump off the roof, basically.
Right. It's normally the other way. It's normally like, for me, I pick a team and I stick with them, and then I get fuck, never jump off. You're the opposite here. It's interesting. I like Carolina. Makes me like it even more that you're saying this, to be honest. I think Indy's just not...
That's what I'm here for, buddy.
And Frank Gore is not playing. Carolina at home, 7. This is another game that if you can find a way to get teased money on it beforehand, this could be kiss of death here. I don't think Indy's going to win this game. So if you like games to tease on Sunday and you want to put Carolina in at a pick'em or -1 or whatever, I think that's a pretty good play too. So.
And actually, just to come full circle on that, what I mentioned before about teasers, it's especially true with primetime games.
Really?
So Monday Night Football, Sunday night, Thursday night, last night. My teaser didn't come home last night.
But that's because you went total.
Yeah.
I hate teaser totals, to be honest. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Especially basketball. But this is a football podcast. But like you said, it's important to cross those thresholds. There's no thresholds in totals.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're dead right.
But why is it that primetime games, is that just a theory or is that actually stats?
No, I mean, I don't have any reason for that, but that is how the stats have panned out so far
really?
This year. Yeah, primetime more so than other games. The books have been spot on with the numbers, and when the books are spot on with the number, you can tease it any which way, and you'll win.
I might tease this game Colts Panthers over under the same game.
Yeah. I mean, I've done it. I've tease like a horse racing, like do a box basically.
Yeah, no, one teaser though. It's got to be right in the middle.
Can they even do that? Are you allowed to put the over and the...
I'm pretty sure you can. It's like the worst idea ever, but that's why the book lets you do it.
Beautiful.
So they should pay. You should be able to do that and get like better than normal teaser odds.
Right? Yeah. They're just. You're this dumb to do this bet. We'll hook you up a little bit.
Right. Or maybe it wouldn't be dumb when they give you the odds. You just say, I bet Vegas is on here.
Yep, alright.
Alright, I'm gonna talk to Todd Furman about that, see if he can get that on his book. But alright, that's the slate. Anything else? I like the Royals tonight. I don't know. Anything else?
I've liked the Royals all series. I liked them both the first 2 games and hit on both of those. Except the under in game 2 that fucked us at the very end.
Yeah.
But I would lean Mets tonight, to be honest. I don't know what the line is, so if it's some outrageous Mets way favored and
what do you think it is?
I think it should be like Mets -115 or -120.
That's not what it is. They're -145.
All right, exactly what I was saying. There's good value in the Royals then. I mean,
I just think that. And I was making this point, and we'll wrap up right now, and it's kind of late to say this, but I was thinking this earlier, is you want to look at who these teams have played to get to where they are. So the Mets beat the Dodgers, who I think are like the most overrated team in the majors. They have Jacob Turner, and they have the pitching, I know, but they're the Dodgers. I just don't ever have faith in them. And they beat the Cubs, who got exposed with terrible defense and bad pitching outside of pretty much Arrieta. Lester didn't even have, not good pitching, not good bullpen, bad D. The Blue Jays, or the Mets, the Royals on the other hand, came out and beat the Astros, who I've loved. Great offense, couple good pitchers, and they beat probably the best team in the majors, Toronto. So you look at that, here they are facing each other. I wish I series bet KC.
I gotta be honest, I love watching the Royals play baseball.
Yeah.
They are a fundamentally sound team. That's what I want the Red Sox to be. That defense and that bullpen.
And they're 1 through 9. They're 1 through 9.
Their lineup is great. Contact, death by contact. They are not swinging and missing. There was a stat DeGrom had two-strike count, like threw like 28 pitches with two-strike counts and didn't get a single swing and miss the other night.
That's not what the Cubs did, you know?
That's out of this world. Like, I love watching the Royals play. If you're telling me the Royals are getting plus 135 or whatever it is tonight, hammer.
All right, so I think it's safe to say we successfully jinxed the Royals tonight. I might retract my bet, but I do love them tonight. I love Noah. I could talk about this game for a long time, so we'll wrap it up. But hopefully the Royals win tonight because I have a little bit of money on them. Other than that, good luck with your NFL bets.
Yeah. Good luck, Jeff.
Go teams.
Go teams.